Welcome back. I thought I would give you guys an update. Just been kind of taking my time on this radio. I've been going through with every time I do a wiring, just double checking all the circuits and following them on the schematic just to make sure I've got it right. Although once the larger components were out of the way and replaced with the smaller modern ones, it's a lot easier to trace things out on this thing. So I ended up getting my ended up getting my wire and parts from Radio Days. I guess I was finally able to order something they weren't backlogged on, so I actually got it really quick. And I got my little rubber parts here, and I've been reassembling, or slowly but surely reassembling the tuning condenser here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that back on here. I was going back through my reference photos because I had ordered green wire because all I had was the 18 gauge 600 volt, which was much too thick. Get this out of here. Geez, I'm already running out of room. So I went ahead and ordered the 20 gauge, and it's actually got a slight color difference, but not that that's a big deal. But anyway, so I was going back through my reference pics here because there's a part of me that was annoyed, or not annoyed, but I was wondering about this yellow wire, and I wasn't quite sure if I had put it on there because I didn't have the green wire or what. But I went back through my reference pics, and sure enough, the wire coming out of here was yellow. So is the wire that I have to wire up the lamp. Again, it's all folded up underneath here. So I'm going to be doing that in a couple minutes. And so the the grid cap coming off of the tuning condenser is also green. And I was just kind of sitting there thinking, I wonder why they would use yellow on these, and wasn't sure. I'm not sure if anybody knows, but my other thought was that perhaps that these are wired in a different part of the factory. I have no idea, but it's not the first time I come across having a mixture of yellow and green wire. I think the other 610 had the same thing. Or the 610 had the same thing. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and pause here for a moment, and I've got my little bag of parts, and thankfully I took reference pictures because I cannot for the life of me remember exactly how everything goes on here. So I'll wire that up and I'll be right back. Before I go ahead and wire these back up, screw these back in and reattach it, I just wanted to point out that the little rubber parts that I get from renovated radios, and I'm sure lots of you do that, although I know a lot of people just use regular grommet or rubber grommets because they're a lot cheaper. But I don't remember the gentleman's name that runs it, but he does a really good job. I mean, technically I could reuse these, a couple of these, because they're nice and squishy. But I just want to point out he does I think he actually stamps these out himself. But anyway, he does a really good job. They're right on the money. Granted, like I said, you get 3 for $5. It's a lot more than a grommet, but for authenticity, they do look pretty good. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. I just wanted to pop in for a second and point that out before I make them all disappear under the chassis. I'll talk to you in a few. Okay, well, that proved to be a bit difficult. I had to take out this block and remove the volume control and the tone control in order to get the 2 front screws in. And then the back screw, I had to move this terminal strip, and there was a ground strap from the tuner that screwed onto, I guess it's a floating ground, is screwed onto the screw down there. So that was a bit fun. But anyway, so that took a little bit, but well, getting there. It's now floating and nice and tight. So I'll go ahead and start putting some components on here. I did manage to spray these. I had completely forgotten about them, so earlier this week I had to quickly do that when we had no wind and decent weather. And since I used this this titanium, this oil-based paint, you know, it took 3 or 4 days before it wasn't too tacky, and I see that even still, I mean, anyway, so it's done. I'll go ahead and start putting this together, and we'll see what this looks like in a few minutes. So I will be back again. Alright, I'm back. Something's driving me nuts. I don't have it in my reference pics because when I first bought this radio, it was going to be for parts. And it's this piece here, and I don't remember what it masks off. I do remember at the time thinking I should never forget just in case I decide to... Well, anyway, you know where that's going. So, it's driving me insane. Part of me wants to think it goes here, but then it would interfere with the turning. Anyway, it's just driving me nuts. I suppose I'll figure it out at some point, but probably not until the whole thing's put back together. I wonder if it goes over here. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's just kind of driving me insane. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and put this back together. I guess I should make sure that this is... Wait, I have the reference pic. So... this goes here. See, like I said, this is just going to drive me nuts. Right. So this piece goes in here, like so. And this goes... Make sure I have my reference pics correct. This is supposed to be... Oh. Well, I guess it would help if I put it in the right place. Alright, I'm doing this all wrong. Okay, so this goes like so. This is a very good argument for why you want to take reference pics. This goes back here. This goes like so. So theoretically, it should block off the light. And in all of that, I forgot the piece here. Okay. This goes on first. And this. See, and then this piece goes in here, and that's where I keep thinking this comes into play, although I don't know where it comes into play. So yeah, I know it has to do something with blocking the light, I think, and anyway, so this piece goes on like so. I have that dial here for a reference. Let's see. I still have not figured out how to stop this printing on this dial from flaking off. I didn't actually try to... Somebody said lacquer, I think. Maybe I'll try some enamel, but the laser printing they do on this just really wants to come off. I mean, I suppose they do the best they could, considering materials available and equipment cost and all that fun stuff. But it'd be really nice if they had some sort of an ink they could use. This just does not want to get caught on that lip. Anyway, so this is where I kept thinking this comes into play, but I just don't see how at the moment. It might be obvious to somebody else, but... So this is closed all the way. So, theoretically this would go... What about, I guess... Oh, you know what? It'd be very helpful if I had this in there. This piece goes in here. Notice how much darker this phenolic material is than, well, the mask I can understand, but even the dial is not as dark as this. So, just be very careful. This one isn't as dried out as the 610 was. The 610, as you remember, split, and I had to glue it. And this one just does, there it goes. Okay, I think that's it. If I can't if I can't align it, we'll know I was wrong. Alright, so theoretically this is where we've got let's see if I can find a light in here. Okay, so I'm assuming it would go just about there. It's going to take some fine-tuning, obviously. I took this thing apart in so many different little pieces. I'm going to grab my, I have an extendable screwdriver and see if I can get that done. I will be right back. Alright. So I managed to turn the light off so I can see if I did this correctly. So let's see. The mask is... Well, I gotta remember the light's not going to be as bright as this one. The mask is in there. Let's see if... Let's see how this... Is it helpful with the knob on, correct? Alright. These LEDs are kind of directional. So, I don't know if you guys can see that close. Alright. Let's see. Now this is actually the 610 dial, and if you remember, the dial for this one is stretched out a bit more, so I really don't know where 5500 is on this one. Seems to track pretty good. I would assume that's probably not correct. Of course, I don't have the little hub on here either. So, alright, that looks pretty good. And not like this is ever going to use the police band anyway. And there we go here. And like I said, I still think I'll have to look at the alignment instructions, but it's not looking too bad. Top is off, but I don't think that's really adjustable. But I've also not seen one of these in with the masks in action, so I don't know if that should be up higher or not. I would have to take the old dial out of the that I have in the 610 right now. So anyhow, it's looking pretty good, I guess. I have to rewire the lamp, but I think what I'll do is just end this for now, and I'll get the lamp wired up. One day I will figure out where the heck this thing goes. Anywho, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Almost forgot. So the next video that I do, I'm going to do the speaker, and maybe at that point we'll be ready to fire this up. So, oh, I guess I better, I never soldered these connections up. Guess I better do that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Alright, here's an addendum. I figured it out. It goes like that. And the dial goes over here. So I finally remembered. And that would also explain why it was loose already, because I took the dial out before. Of course, you know, now it doesn't want to sit there. There we go. So it will go like this. And now we get this back in here. Where are the holes? I suppose it's supposed to keep the light in. There we go. So, well, you know, maybe it doesn't go this way. I don't know now. But it looked good when I first did it. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. And it doesn't want to spin very well when I do it that way. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll figure it out eventually. Thank you.